of introspection continues. And आज मैं जैसे कह रहा हूँ कि हमारे समाज में बहुत ही क्रिटिकल है कि महिलाओं को बराबरी का दर्जा मिले। तो उसके बेसिस पे कुछ हम चीज़ें बात करेंगे जो कही जा रही हैं, जो कही जा चुकी हैं। और उससे सबसे पहले मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि ये आया था बहुत अच्छा, जो मैंने पहले भी बता चुका हूँ, out on bail after HC order, Nodeep Kaur says will continue to protest, just like the Sharabi. But you know, she's been asked to maintain, petitioner shall maintain restraint. I don't kind of quite buy that. She should be allowed to do what she has to do. What we have is what Sagrika Ghosh Rai is have a dialogue with young dissenters, don't jail them, and that's really, really important. And what she says is Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao is a touted slogan of the Modi government. Yet there seems to be a furious backlash against the Padhi Likhi Betis who are unafraid to campaign for their beliefs. A self-confident state would engage with these young dissenters, and only a paranoid regime would demonize them as the enemy. A dialogue, not a jail term, with Disha should be the toolkit for a new India. So like I said, हमारा जो definition है गुड गर्ल का, अच्छी लड़की का, अब सामने उभर के आ रहा है, जो मतलब जो आरएसएस की थॉट प्रोसेस है या जो ब्राह्मणिकल ऑर्डर की थॉट प्रोसेस की, जो लड़की घर बैठे घर का काम करे, पति की सेवा करे, वो ही अच्छी लड़की है। जो बाहर जाती है, जिसकी इंडिपेंडेंट थॉट है, उसे सबको डर लगने लगता है। ये जो है, अनफॉर्चुनेटली दिस सीम्स टू बी अ प्रॉब्लम स्पेशली विद नॉर्थ इंडिया, राइट? Because I see that there's a lot of freedom in the South Indian women, as you'll get to see later, right? Dalit girl found dead in Aligarh, 2 cops injured in protest. So the Dalit girls continue to have a major tryst with the patriarchal order, and this is why. Because as Chandrasekhar Azad writes, this is no republic for women. He writes, the scenario in 2021 is more horrifying. Patriarchy is reinforced by elected members of legislatures by bringing in so-called love jihad, laws to curtail the freedom of women in choosing their partners. The so-called harbingers of Indian culture ethos have even rescinded the age-old custom of Swayamvaram. The gender and caste-based violence that women face was highlighted by the unimaginable brutality in the rape of a young Dalit woman in Hathras, and you've had another 2, right? Needless to say, government structures have always been non-responsive to cases involving Dalit women, especially owing to their unprivileged position in a caste society. Right? The caste structure in India is undoubtedly complicit in perpetuating gender oppressions. Dalit women face multifold discrimination due to caste, class, and patriarchal structures. The Brahminical social order has often treated women as gatekeepers to preserve caste purity. While upper caste women were anointed as agents of caste purity, lower caste women are considered polluted and therefore targets of assault and crime. Women are subjugated by the customs, rituals and rules as defined by the Brahminical structure. Moreover, the impunity among the upper caste men, complemented by state apathy, in dealing with cases, accelerates the physical and sexual violence against Dalit women evident in the rape and death of so many. Likewise, UP tops with a dubious distinction of the highest number of cases. Well, I can't imagine why. He was the first guy off with the love jihad. The root cause of gender oppression and sexual violence lie in religious scriptures that stand opposed to constitutional values. It is time to make a pledge to destroy, demolish and decimate the caste-based discrimination and patriarchy that ails the country and oppresses women. And it's up to the polity and society to be resolute to bring in equality for women and the Dalits. Otherwise, the immediate future may not be peaceful. The Dalit movement, though its anti-caste struggle, not only seeks to achieve the annihilation of caste, but also the annihilation of oppressive gender structures and curatism in society and polity. This is, folks, very important. Women, it is critical that women's participation in various aspects, whether it is in कर्मचारियों की संख्या में उनको भाग लेना बहुत जरूरी है, या राजनीतिक परिणाम में उनकी इंपॉर्टेंस अब जो आ रही है वो बहुत ही क्रिटिकल हो चुकी है. एंड ये बहुत सुनना बहुत जरूरी है जो शोभा देने लगा है. फ्रॉम स्मॉल बिंदी टू जाइगेंटिक क्रिकेट स्टेडियम, पावरी हो रही है. Last week, a brilliant scientist who was the lead guidance, navigation and control subsystem engineer for the Perseverance rover landing on Mars made waves. It was Dr. Swati Mohan, born in Bengaluru and now a proud American working at NASA, who broke the news of the landing. All eyes and ears were on Mohan that day, and what drew the maximum attention when she was on screen from the dramatic announcement was a tiny detail on her forehead, the bindi. Sigh, in the battle of the tiny little bindi making a gigantic global impact versus a monstrously large stadium that is Motera with the name of, guess who? I suggest the bindi won the day, folks. And when you look at it, from UP to Karnataka, 12 desis drive NASA Mars mission. 12 days. And out of that, folks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were women, folks. Let me just say this. Without improving इनकी जो पार्टिसिपेशन है, भाग लेना इन द कर्मचारियों की संख्या, हिंदुस्तान में पहली कंट्री है जहां पर एजुकेशन के बाद भी लड़कियां वर्कफोर्स में से कर्मचारियों की संख्या में से ड्रॉप आउट हो रही है. और ये इंडिया के लिए बहुत ही डेंजरस है, बहुत ही डेंजरस. पर इतना जरूर है कि राजनीतिक परिणाम में महिलाओं को अगर आप नजरअंदाज करेंगे तो ये आपको बहुत बुरी तरह चेतावनी देगा. और ये जैसे आप देख रहे हैं, symbolism to schemes, TMC goes all out to woo women. And the BJP is in kind of trouble, as Shashi Shekhar writes, when women shape political outcomes. The TMC has 9 women members of parliament in Lok Sabha. They are given the freedom to express their opinions vocally. The speech of first-time MP Mahua Moitra on the presidential address during the budget session of the parliament is a good example of this strategy. She was striving to strengthen the female vote by providing them maternity childcare leave, as well as by instituting schemes for them in educational institutions. Now this is, folks, very critical. And let's see what's happening. Finally, as I said, Me Too, we've started. Modi begins next leg of Then what does he say? Agri reforms aimed at last mile delivery in a time-bound and efficient manner. Wow. Farmers should get more avenues to sell crops. But what does he do when we have a situation like this? Global rise in food prices benefits Indian farmers, but domestic inflation could hit recovery. Here is his dilemma. He is, as if he puts down his foot if onion prices go up or tomato prices go up to exports, this is the reason why this bill will not work. Either you give them total freedom or partial freedom is just unfair. Then, after Make in India, Modi pitches for handmade in India. Then he goes to toys in India. God, we are really running down the ladder in terms of our ambitions, folks. Then, Bengal to vote in 8 phases, Assam in 3. This is shameful. I think this 8 phases basically works for, in a situation where you want to manipulate elections at the local level. It's just not right. And what does it say? And this is going to have a bad effect on our foreign policy. BJP to make Assam free of flood and infiltration. Ask him, bro, where is the infiltration from? Folks, cheers.